Well, good evening. Ethan back for another beer review, and tonight I am going to be reviewing from Bell's Brewing Company their Kalamazoo Stout. The original 88 recipe, this was introduced or first brewed in 1988, and Bell's itself brewed its first beer in 85, I believe. And on the bottle they say this is their stout brewed with brewer's licorice, brewed in Comstock, Michigan, which is right by Kalamazoo, Michigan. Named after the city where it all began, Kalamazoo Stout is one of our most classic recipes. This smooth, full-bodied stout offers a blend of aromas and flavors of dark chocolate and freshly roasted coffee, balanced with a significant hop presence. It is 6% ABV, 51 IBUs, 221 calories per 12 ounce. The food pairings are venison and lamb burgers, oysters, Gouda cheese. Actually, I have some Gouda cheese. Pistachios, I have those as well. Almonds and teriyaki. So rich food pairs well with it. You know, hearty burgers, meats, cheeses, nuts. They even say you can pair like some sweet food with it, like nutty and chocolatey desserts. All right, this gets I believe like a 80 something on Beer Advocate, maybe a low 90s. I can't remember the exact number, but a very good score, but not world class. I got it at Corner's Fine Wine and Spirits near me. I got a 6-pack of the 12-ounce bottles for $10.99. So the exact same as the Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. Pretty decent price for a 6-pack of stout. 6-pack stout. That's not bad, actually, but not the cheapest. But not as cheap as Guinness Draft, but cheaper than a lot of stouts will get you. But let's go ahead and crack it. Okay, a little bit of smoke. All right, let's get a pour. Try to pour it aggressively. All right, get about a 2-finger dark khaki, light brown, caramel colored head. All right, dark, rich note on the aroma. Chocolate and coffee definitely on the nose. Do I get any licorice? Maybe. Hard to say. The appearance itself is black. I mean, holding it up to the light, you can maybe see a little bit of red hue around the edge of the glass, but generally this is a very opaque black color. The head dissipates pretty quickly. Nice appearance. Dark black, well, dark brown to black. Very much a black. Nice appearance though. Attractive looking beer. Nice contrast with the head color and the beer color. Rich nose. Very, very appealing on the nose. Makes you excited for what's to come. A little bit different on the nose than other stouts I've tried recently. Doesn't really have a Guinness nose, but it definitely has a pretty universal stout kind of nose and aroma. Let's go ahead and try it. All right, nice toasted barley malt. Not so much coffee and sweetness. It's kind of a dry stout, like a Guinness. More dry than sweet. Nice toasted barley malt note. Very nice. Some bitter coffee, perhaps, like like a coffee bean almost, like the bitter part. The bitterest coffee. Think of the bitterest dark coffee. That's kind of what this tastes like. I'm not getting so much chocolate. Maybe a little licorice coming through. Maybe like a maybe like a date prune. Not so much a date, not that sweet. Maybe more like a prune, but a less sweet prune. Like a bitter prune. But mainly with this one, the upfront flavor is that deep toasted barley malt. You know, they toast the the malts longer, and it makes the beer darker. And it has that very trademark stout darkness. And man, it's got a nice malty bitterness. IBUs, you get them a little bit, but 51, it's not overly bitter. It leaves a little bitterness on the tongue, but it doesn't linger. Has a nice balance of hop bitterness and toasted barley malt. This is a really good stout, and it's not light bodied. 6%, it's kind of low for a stout. I've had a lot of stouts recently, a lot higher than that. And at 6%, this is holding up really well, right up with the big boys, you know, the Founders KBS, the old Rasputin, stuff like that. This could go toe to toe with those. At almost half the ABV. It almost has a Guinness Extra Stout, or even Foreign Extra Stout kind of note. It's a pleasant stout. Deep, rich, toasted barley malt. That's the forefront flavor with this one. Less sweet, more dry for sure. For a rating, this is an excellent beer. It's kind of a sipper. 6%, you know, borderline sessionable, but you know, you don't want to get too carried away. Is there a date on the bottle? (10/27/20). So this one's past the freshness date, but a stout like this with a 6% alcohol, I'm sure it's fine. I saw another review, Greg's Beer Reviews. They said you could cellar it, but not for very long. At only 6%, it wouldn't cellar very long, maybe a year at most. But with a beer like this, I'm not worried about it being past the date. No big deal. It still tastes great. I would get this again. If you can get the Kalamazoo Stout from Comstock, Michigan in your area, I would recommend getting it, trying it. Okay, as it warms, I am getting a little, maybe more of a licorice note or more of a bitterness. Sometimes stouts will, when you first crack them and drink them, they will have more of a sweet note. And then as they warm, sometimes they'll become more bitter. And this one's kind of doing that. But it's a nice bitterness. It's a bitterness you would expect and want in a stout if you, in fact, like stouts, and I do. For a rating, I would give the Kalamazoo Stout. It's good. I'm gonna give it a 97. It's really good. It's borderline world class. Both the beers from Bell's Brewing I've had, the Two Hearted Ale and this, really good, top notch. The other being an IPA, this being a stout. 97 for sure for this, the Kalamazoo Stout. It's delicious, deep, dark, toasted barley malt, little hints of licorice perhaps. Others might be able to detect that better than I do, but I could see where there's some licorice notes in here. A little bit of coffee, but a bitter coffee, less sweet, more dry for this one for sure. As I've said several times, I don't want to repeat myself. Only so many adjectives can describe this very good stout. Thank you for watching, and cheers.